reading vlog time. It's been a long time since I've done a reading vlog, so I thought I would come back and bring them back, I should say, and I'm excited to do it. So, a bit of an update for you all. I planned to do the whole, mini clip, B-side clip, and do like 3 videos or 3 clips for the week or whatever. I planned it. I even filmed day 1, but by the time I got to like day 2 or 3, it just wasn't working this week, so I decided to just summarize it all in one video, and we'll see how we go, but maybe I'll be able to do a proper reading vlog next week. We'll see. But yeah, just before I get into books, just a quick update on everything else that's going on. I just finished my 3rd week at my new job, and I'm so happy with everything that went on with that other job where I was there for 1 day. I had some concerns going into this one. I wouldn't exactly call it PTSD, but, flashbacks and all that from what was going on with that other job, of course, were entering my mind. But it's now 3 weeks later, and things are going really, really well. I'm loving the job. I'm now at a space, at a point in the job where I know what I'm doing, which is always a good thing because it makes you feel a lot more confident than when you don't. And I've made a lot of friends, so that helps as well. It's really interesting though, because, in the first week, we did, I think it was like about 6 days training, and then, we went into what it was, that we need to do to do the job. And, now that I feel extremely confident, they're putting us all back into training to upskill. So we're going to be learning some other things, which is fine, but it's just like, oh, now that I'm used to this and wanted to just coast along for a little bit, it's like now we're being thrown right back into training and we're going to upskill. So like, I don't know if I want to learn more at this point, but we will see how we go. It's going to be an interesting week. So training starts on Tuesday. I'll have I'll be doing my normal job on Monday, and then training, I believe it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday of the following week, and then we go back into what it is we're doing. So that's that side of things. On to very quickly like TV and movies and stuff. We're going to get into books very soon, I promised you that. But yeah, on that side, I'm up to date with everything that I want to be up to date with TV. I have no movies that I have as a goal for this month, but, I'm up to date with Shark Tank, and yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I love Shark Tank, so it works well for me. I'm up to date with Survivor. I don't remember a lot really about the season, so yeah, I'm obviously keeping up to date, but I'm not retaining it, so, that's interesting. I'm up to date with Amazing Race, really loving Amazing Race, having a lot of fun with that show. I'm up to date with Handmaid's Tale. It's getting better as the season goes on, which I appreciate. I didn't really enjoy it in the beginning, but I'm liking it now, so that's good. I've seen the first 3 episodes of Simpsons, and so far, so good. I've watched the first 3 episodes of Bob's Burgers, which is great, and I don't know what episode I'm up to on American Dad because I need to update, but I think I'm up to like episode 5 or 6 or something of American Dad, which is wonderful. So yeah, really doing well with that. All right, so let's now jump into the reading side of things and talk about what's been going on. So this reading vlog is going to cover from the 16th to the 22nd of October. So let's begin. So the first book that I want to talk to you about is a book that I actually don't have on me. So let's put it up on the screen. It is this book, Hocus Pocus, and the all-new sequel. Yeah, so I finished that book off last weekend, and I really, really enjoyed it. Part 1 was... okay, for those of you who don't know, this book is exactly what the title suggests. It is Hocus Pocus, as well as its all-new sequel. Part 1 is an exact retelling of the movie, and I appreciate that because I love the movie. Part 2, however, couldn't be any more different to the sequel, the film sequel, and I really appreciate that. So, because I really didn't like the way that the sequel ended, but yeah, I loved it. I loved the sequel in the book. Overall, I gave it 4.5 stars. I loved part 1, and with part 2, it was just a little bit slow to begin with, so I docked a 0.5 star for that because just on personal entertainment taste, it didn't work for me. But once the action started picking up, I really loved it, and I wonder if we're going to get any more. who knows? But I really enjoyed it, and as I say, I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. So then the next book that I picked up on Monday, started reading it on Monday. That was this book, which is Bread and Bewitching by Samantha Silver. This is book number 6 in the Spellford Co mystery series. There are 7 books out so far, and I've now read this one, so I read 6 of the 7 that are available. And you guys, I absolutely loved this book. It's been interesting. My ratings when it comes to this series have gone back and forth between 4 and 5 stars, which is really good ratings. I don't remember each book and each rating off the top of my head, but I think it's something along the lines of book 1 4 stars, book 2 5 stars, book 3 4 stars, book 4 5 stars, book 5 4 stars, and book 6 5 stars. So yeah, it's been kind of like a pattern, but it's always been rated high. But this is my favorite book in the series so far. I've probably said that about other books in this series, but to date, this is definitely my favorite one. We had so much going on in this book, which I really appreciated. So in this one, we continue to follow Robin, who is our amateur sleuth. She is a kitchen witch, so she has magical abilities, and part of her magical abilities includes being able to infuse her magic within her cooking, which I really appreciate. And there's a lot going on the paranormal side. It's a paranormal cozy. Robin is dealing with a family member who is not the best magic person. I don't know how much I can say. But yeah, she's dealing with a family member who, let's just call them evil, and Robin is good in the whole battle between good and evil. And so, yeah, we've been leading towards, something massive happening, and that something massive occurred in this book. So I really appreciated that. But also at the same time, we still needed the mystery. So we had 2 things going on, but because they were so completely different things that were going on, I really appreciated that. With the mystery, Emma, who is one of Robin's cousins, she works at an elementary school, and one of the teachers has been murdered. Emma is the number 1 suspect, so this motivates Robin and her other cousin Ella to solve the murder and find out who the real killer is. And yeah, I really enjoyed that too. So I loved both sides of this story. I loved the paranormal side. It was fantastic. And I feel like it's kind of set us up for so much more to come. I don't know how many books are going to be in this series, but I am there for them. I'm going to be there for every single one. I love it so much. And as for the mystery side, I really enjoyed the mystery side of it. I think Robin is not only an amazing witch, and so therefore the paranormal side is wonderful, but she's an amazing amateur sleuth. So I enjoyed the mystery side as well. So yeah, 5 stars from me, an overwhelming 5 stars, in fact. And yeah, definitely my favorite book in the series so far. So now we're going to talk about the latest book that I'm currently reading. Again, I'll put it up on the screen. It is this book, which is Flipped for Murder by Maddie Day. This is book number 1 in the Country Store mystery series. And I am, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember how far in I am. I am 288 out of 304 pages in. I just finished my reading for today about half an hour ago. So really close to getting to the end. And I'm really, really enjoying this book, although it was an incredibly slow start for me. And this is actually the second time that that I read the first part of the book. Let me explain. So I picked up this book a couple of weeks ago, just for something completely random. I wanted to read something that wasn't on my SAS list to take that pressure off myself and just enjoy something outside of the SAS list. So I picked up this book, and yeah, the first 8 chapters, I finished the first 8 chapters and I really wasn't enjoying it. So I put it down, I shelved it, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go back and give it another go. And I experienced the same sort of thoughts and feelings at the beginning of the book, that I really wasn't enjoying it. But once I got past like chapter 7, chapter 8, around that mark that I'd left off from, I started to like it all of a sudden. And it just grew on me the more I was reading it. And now I absolutely love the book. So I really did fear I was going to walk away giving it 1 star. But honestly, I think it could easily receive 4.5 stars from me as a maximum, because if a book has a slow start, I just don't like that. So I dock 0.5 stars for that. It is personal taste, and I understand that it's probably not the best critical way to look at a book because everyone's tastes are different. But for me, I just don't like slow starts. So I will dock a 0.5 stars depending on how long it takes to get through a slow start. And if a slow start lasts more than half the book, then I will probably dock a star, if not 1.5 stars for it, because I purely base my rating on entertainment alone, and so that's what I do. But yeah, after things started picking up in this book, I've really enjoyed it. So the basic premise of this one is that we're following a woman by the name of Robbie. It's really interesting because in Spellford Co, we follow a woman by the name of Robin. And in Country Store Mystery Series, we follow a woman by the name of Robbie. And it's very, very, very similar names. So Robbie was born as Roberta, but she prefers to be called by her nickname, Robbie. Robbie opens up like this diner thing. And, yeah, it's fantastic. The book opens up with, Robbie, opening up her diner for the first day, and the mayor comes in and gets to experience it on the first day, which is wonderful. But there's something going on with the mayor's assistant because, well, let's just say she's not a very nice person. The following morning, Robbie ends up finding out that the mayor's assistant has been murdered, and she was found with one of Robbie's signature biscuits in her mouth, making Robbie the prime suspect. So this obviously is going to motivate Robbie to work really hard to clear her name and find the real killer. I really appreciate when in cozy mysteries the amateur sleuth has a solid motivation to solve the murder, because sometimes with cozies I just feel like the amateur sleuths are sticking their nose into a situation that they don't need to, and it just makes no sense to me. Like, just leave well enough alone and let the authorities handle it. But in this situation, I love it because it is Robbie who is the number one suspect. So she has that clear motivation to try and clear her name, which I appreciate. The cozy side of this book has been wonderful. I love that it's set in a diner, and while I haven't come across recipes yet, I do believe there are recipes at the back of the book. We do get like descriptions and visualizations and, you know what I mean, of Robbie making things and stuff like that. And there's a lot of food talk here and there. So I appreciate that. But yeah, as far as the mystery side is concerned, it has been interesting. It is a small cast book, which I really love. I don't mind a big cast of characters, but it takes me a lot longer to wrap my head around if it is a large cast. But this is a small cast, so it's easier to wrap my head around. And yeah, I think the characters are diverse enough for me to appreciate each character's individual personality. So yeah, I've enjoyed that a lot too. So we'll see how things are going. It's really interesting. At this stage, I kind of suspect everyone of being the killer. I mean, except for Robbie, because, I feel like with the protagonist, especially when you're following that protagonist from a first person perspective, it's pretty clear that it's not going to be the protagonist. But everyone else, I'm suspecting all of them. So it'll be interesting to see who it ends up being. And I could either say, yay, I got it right because I suspected everyone, or no, I didn't because I didn't guess a specific character. But I'm very intrigued for the reveal, and when I pick it up tomorrow, I plan to finish it then. I'm going to be really intrigued to see who it ends up being. So we'll find out. So now, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. I want to talk about what I plan to read for next week, and also talk about, my plans for, 2 series that are on my SAS list that I really don't know how things are going to pan out. So let's quickly, discuss that first. So, There are two series on my SAS list at the moment that I really feel like I could finish out, but unfortunately, I'm in a situation where I just don't think it's going to happen, and that's not through lack of trying, it's due to reasons beyond my control. So first up, I'll talk about the Spellford Co series, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the latest book up on the screen, which is called Proof is in the Potion by Samantha Silver. I do actually own a copy of this book, but currently I'm working on a magnificently huge crochet blanket project, so I'm currently exclusively listening to books on audiobook, and this book is not out on audiobook yet, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know when it is going to come out. I'll just have to wait and see with this one. But I've said to myself to ease the stress, because when I set a goal, I like to achieve it. So to ease the stress, I'm going to have this condition in mind. I will consider myself completely up to date with the series, provided I'm completely up to date with the audiobooks that are out. So if this book does not come out between now and the end of the year, then I will still consider myself up to date with the series, even if I haven't physically read Proof is in the Potion. Now let's talk about Josh Lanyon's Secrets and Scrabble series. I love this series so much, but we're going to put book number 6 up on the screen. It is this book, Lament at Loon Landing. Josh Lanyon, author, book 6. This has just been a really disheartening situation for me. So I have read the first 5 books in this particular series, and I absolutely love it. If you are in the market for a fantastic male cozy mystery series, I highly recommend this one. The setting, the cast of characters, the mystery side of it, the romance side of it, the cozy side of it, just everything is just fantastic. I love it so much. But Josh Lanyon ended up somehow deciding, and it's fine, I pass no judgment, it's just a really interesting thing. Josh Lanyon decided to write both book 6 and 7 at the exact same time, and I don't quite understand how that works, but Josh Lanyon decided to give that a go. And then book 6 was released, and then it was recalled. Now, I don't remember why it was recalled, but the fact of the matter was that it was recalled, and I reached out to some other fans of Josh Lanyon's work to find out what was going on. And so that's how I found out the information. And they gave me a link to Josh Lanyon's website, specifically where Josh Lanyon is speaking about this book, Lament at Loon Landing. And on the website, it said that this book will be available in October. So I was really, really excited about that. And then a couple of days ago, I rechecked the website, all excited. It's coming out in October. Hopefully we've got a date pinned down, and suddenly it's changed. And now it says it will be available in November. I'm really scared about this. So I actually even went out of my way and contacted the audio narrator of this series because he is fantastic. And he's a fantastic narrator. I reached out to him and I asked him what was going on with Lament at Loon Landing, and if he can give me any sort of a heads up as to when the audiobook will come out. And well, I mean, yeah, his name is Matt, and Matt did a good job of keeping things under wraps with me, but he said, I can't say a lot, but what I can say is it is coming out very soon. So I'm hoping that is the case. At the moment, book 6 as well as book 7 are not out on audiobooks. So if they don't come out, same rule as with Spellford Co, I will consider myself up to date with Secrets and Scrabble because I'm up to date with all of the audiobooks that have come out. Alright, now let's focus on what I plan to read once for the rest of the week. So obviously tomorrow I plan to finish out, we'll put it back up here, Flipped for Murder by Maddie Day. Once I get through this book, then it is going to become Amanda Flower Week. Yay! And I'm very excited about that. So, I'm going to read 2 books in this final week of the month, and the first one is going to be this one, Courting Can Be Killer by Amanda Flower. This is book number 2 in the Amish Matchmaker series, so we'll see how that goes. I read book 1 a little while ago. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Was it Matchmaking Can Be Murder, I think? And I thought that it was okay. I felt that it had room to grow. So I'm going to be interested to see how things go in book number 2. And then after that one, I am incredibly intrigued to finally read the latest book in the Amish Candy Shop series. This one, Peanut Butter Panic by Amanda Flower. I have been putting off Peanut Butter Panic purposefully. This was meant to be the second book that I was going to read this month, and then I read the first book that I was going to read this month, and then said, you know what, I'll read Peanut Butter Panic third. So I grabbed the third book that I was meant to read and swapped it, and I kept doing that, and so Peanut Butter Panic just kept being pushed back and back and back, because once I read Peanut Butter Panic, I'm going to be completely up to date with Amish Candy Shop, and then I have to wait for the next one. But the thing is, can you see, where are we? This shelf here, this section. You can see Amish Candy Shop right there. They are fanned out. I want to actually move that. So I was considering, do I just put Peanut Butter Panic off and read it later on in the year? But I want to move that those fanned out books and display another series because, I've displayed that one long enough, and let's display another one that I'm reading. So therefore, I am going to force myself to read Peanut Butter Panic before the month ends, but it will be the last book that I read. So there you go. That's the plan for this upcoming week. Finish off Flipped for Murder by Maddie Day, then read Courting Can Be Killer by Amanda Flower, and then read Peanut Butter Panic by Amanda Flower. But that is it. That is the update for this week. I am hoping to bring you a proper reading vlog next week where I have the small clips and the B-roll and all that stuff. So we will see how we go. I won't make any promises in case it doesn't work out, but I'm going to try my best. What books did you get into reading this past week? Let me know in the comments below, and how were you enjoying them? How did you enjoy them? What did you rate them? Or if you're currently reading them, how are you enjoying them to this point? Let me know. But in the meantime, that is where I am going to leave it, letting you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please do be kind and love one another and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. And until next time, happy reading. Bye everyone.